Welcome to Build Your Budget, Take Control Workshop 3, Activity 3. I'm Trish Rankin and I'm going to be taking you through today using your annual cash budget from Activity 1 and your calendar of events. This is a 10-minute tutorial. You're going to need both of these documents to help you do this workshop. First up, head on over to the DWN website and type in monthly cash flow and click on the search icon. Up the top you'll see monthly cash flow budget and you'll see that there's 5 different examples on the DWN website for all of the different milk companies, and the one today we're going to click on is just the Fonterra one. That's going to go into your downloads folder, and again just go into that and click on that to open it. Once it's open, click on enable editing, and we always recommend going straight over to File, Save As, and calling it something useful to you, and often just putting it on the desktop while you're still working on it, and clicking Save. So the first screen you're in is the milk income screen. There are a number of different tabs across the bottom of this document. They are very useful and in the end will help you have a monthly cash flow constructed. Each different tab generates information which also feeds into the following tabs. So here, for example, what we put into the first one will come automatically into the second one, the annual cash budget section for income, and then into the third one and into the fifth one across the bottom there. Up the top we've put in the annual predicted production for the farm and the figures relevant to your percentage of your milk check and dividend. For this example, we're just using the North Island figures. If you click on the graph, it's going to then allow you to see what your predicted production will be month by month by month, which you can then import back into that first tab. Just below that, you can see the 15-16 and the 17-18 years. One of them will be last year's or last season's production. You can just type in your actual figures there, and then this one is your predicted production for this next season, which will match that top figure. This will all become a bit clearer when you start doing it for yourself. It's always a bit tricky when you're watching someone else's screen. So now what we're doing is we're just scrolling down. We're also going to be looking at retro payments from last season and the dividend payment share that you may also be getting if you're getting some of the dividend. Again, with the red triangles on the boxes, these are going to give you some hints and tips for you to see some extra information that will help you to complete that section. You'll see now that on that table you've got a very good income, and now we can click on the annual cash budget and see that that income has been automatically brought into that tab as well. That's telling you your milk solid production, your income, and what your kilos of milk solid income will be. As we go on through, we can go down to the farm working expenses, and again this is where you'll have your annual cash budget figures that you've already worked out, and all you're going to need to do is type each one of those figures in there to populate those cells. Here we go, and here's one that we've filled in for you. You can see here I've filled in all my farm working expenses, and now I can do my operating costs down the bottom. These are the North Island figures that we've been using. You will have your own relevant figures to your own farm business to put in. Looking through and scrolling down, you can see when you click on the forecast budget that your income and your expenses has been brought through for you into what is now your monthly cash flow document. As you work through this document, you'll be able to see as you scroll down how those figures have been brought in, And across the top you can see the months of the year. And this is when you'll be able to use your farm calendar of events to allocate out the funds per month for each of these sections. As you scroll down, you can see they're all there. Everything's in the same order that it was in both Workshop 1, Activity 1, Activity 2. So as you're going across, you can see as you start to put some figures in, you'll have your targeted budget amount and also a check column just next door to it. Filling in these figures, you'll see that your check column changes. I've allocated out all the funds equally so that it's used up my entire budget, which is why the figure in the check column has finished and disappeared. And along with the next one, animal health is now just being allocated out using our calendar of event information. And you can see as we type in our figures, our check column is decreasing. Watching there. And across all of the months of the year so that you can see the monthly distribution of the payments for each of these sections. And again, the monthly check column has been emptied. Reading and herd improvement. Just going across as you would to put in your monthly expenses for each of the sections. Just looking as we go. This is a little bit of a time-consuming process, but once you put all the information in there, it's going to help you budget your monthly income and your expenses. All this information is useful so that you can work out what your overdraft facility might need to be and what money you've got coming in and out of your bank accounts. We'll just finish that last one there. And now you can see as you go through, putting in each of the sections, it will generate for you down the bottom what your monthly expenditure is, your total farm working expenses every month. It's that long grey line. And then as you carry on down to the bottom, we've put in those other figures and spread those out across the month. We've made sure we've got our interest rate in there correctly, and that's calculating the monthly interest that will use on our overdraft. So it's a very clever document. As you scroll on down and across, it's populating all of these cells just from the information that you are putting in. Again, the drawings, just working out when you think you're going to take your money there, and carrying on down. GST is calculated for you from your expenses and your income. And you can see there in the red, that's when you're going to be in your overdraft. So this is when you need to talk to your bank manager about your overdraft facility, providing him with this sort of document so that he can see the maximum overdraft that you're going to require to operate your business in that financial year. It's not uncommon in your first year particularly, and ensuing years to be in overdraft. So don't let that bother you or put that off. It's just about the planning around it. And on here too, you'll notice that the income is pretty low, reflecting some of the lower payouts in the past, and you can just adjust those as you need to when the season milk payout changes. Clicking across the bottom now, you'll see that there's a number of other tabs. There's a monthly actuals. There's a total farm working expenses. That's your milk curve. And going back down to the start, heading back to the milk payout end, it all makes sense. Each one fills the next one with information as you complete them. Sensitivity table there. If the production goes up or down and the payout goes up or down, just how that's going to affect your income. and again your forecast monthly budget, helping you work out what money you've got coming in for each month. So you've built your annual budgets, your annual cash flow, your calendar of events, and your monthly cash flow now. Don't forget to go back to our site to look at the mentors, the discussion forums, and further links to help you in your budgeting journey. Congratulations, you've done our first blended learning module. We've enjoyed helping you to take control and build your budgets.